Today was my allocated squat day, but I had a lot on. Worked an early shift today, and of course today's Valentine's Day, so I'm going out for dinner with the missus. So those two things are going to occupy a large portion of my day. So how do I go about it? So today what I planned to do was wake up at 6 a.m., bust out 3 sets of bodyweight squats. I did 40, 39, 38. Went to work, did my business at work, came home, knocked out a few more sets, had a shower, went out for dinner, came home, and now I'm doing this workout that you're seeing here. So basically, I've gone from set of 40 all the way down to set of 27. So that works out to be something like 400 odd push-ups, 450, something like that. Squats, sorry. And I had no power today. So it's really interesting. Some days, I can do a lot of bodyweight squats and my top end strength in the barbell squat doesn't get affected. Today it has. And I think the reason for that is because I pushed the RPE a little bit higher on the bodyweight squat. So today I did a set of 40 as the top set at the start of the day. Previously I've been doing it like a set of 30. So I've pushed up that a fair bit. So you can basically say that if you are pushing even high rep stuff, if you're pushing the RPE, if you're pushing getting the lactic acid and all that stuff, you're probably going to remove some of that top end strength as well. If you're staying away from the pump, if you're staying away from real RPE training, and you're just getting after the greasing the groove type thing, you'll probably be all right. But the fact that I pushed, the pump today quite a bit, I got affected. So 140 today was the top set. Can't do any more. I will, after this session, do a set of 26, 25, 24, all the way to 20. And that will be it. If I had a day off today, I would have done a lot more. I probably would have worked all the way to 0. But because I've been on my feet all day and I'm running around here and there everywhere, not possible. So it's kind of hard to get these lots of repetitions under the belt when I'm working and I've got all these things under the way, because you can't really bust out squats in the middle of the freaking restaurant. Although I wouldn't care. The missus would be a little bit embarrassed, I think. But yeah, unless, it's really hard to get 1,000 freaking squats in a day if you are going after lots of sets rather than lots of reps, if you know what I mean. Like if you can do a set of 70 with bodyweight squats, you'll be all right. You go from 70 all the way down to like 50, and that's 1,000 pretty much squats. What I've found interesting though is that I can bust out push-ups a lot better than I could do squats, which is kind of annoying to me because I'm the squat guy. This is me. This is what I want to do and what I want to be good at. So regardless of if you're chasing 1 rep maxes or whatever, I feel like you should be a well-rounded athlete. You should be able to tackle both spectrums of the rep ranges. We don't have to argue about this too much, but we all know Tom Platz, and Tom Platz did incredible volume. Something like sets of 30s, sets of 40s wasn't a foreign thing for his workouts. He used to put 3 plates and just push it up to like set of 30, set of 40. I think even set of 50. He did crazy things. Obviously, it was like breathing squats. So you do a bunch of reps and then you sit there, catch your breath or whatever and keep going. So, he swore by high repetitions and he developed very, very good strength. So we don't have to worry about whether high repetitions build strength or not. We've got plenty of examples around the place. As long as you are touching once in a while, lower than sets of 5, so 4, 3, 2, 1, singles are great, obviously. But if you're touching some of the heavy stuff, you're not going to forget about how to brace, how to move the heavy weight. That doesn't mean you can't do both at the same time. It's just there's going to be periods in your training where you're focusing on high reps and period on low reps. But I think we are severely missing out on the gains if we're sticking to one team, low reps, or we're sticking with the high reps. I think it needs to be a combination, and this is for all movements. This is kind of how I've finally learned how to train. A lot of the times that I've set PRs, it's been because I've tackled some high repetitions. High repetitions have a lot of benefits. Obviously, we feel out a little bit, we look more muscular, which is great, obviously. But we also begin to feel good. The tissues get a lot of circulation, a lot of waste products out. There's nothing like blood. Blood in, blood out is great for the tissues. And this is something that we don't get enough of when we're doing sets of 5x5, right? 5x5, 25 repetitions, that's a joke. That's nothing. That's not enough movement. You're not pumping enough blood into this tissue to repair it, to kind of bring all of the infrastructure that we need to build new tissue. This is what high reps does. For me, it makes me feel good. And when I feel good, I can get underneath a heavy ass weight and feel comfortable about pushing my mind into the bar and not expecting some sort of pain in the hip. For me, has been the case. So I love high reps. You know, a lot of you guys have been saying, this is not going to carry over, this is not going to carry over. I have quite a few experiences in my training where it has carried over very well. In fact, more so than low reps. Obviously, I'm not going to make this mistake to say one or the other. I think we need both. Doing a set of 40 bodyweight squats, you know, to me, it seems like it's thoroughly underperforming. You know, I should be able to knock out of 100 straight neat without pausing, but I can't. The pump gets surreal and I have to stop. And so the muscle is not ready for this repeated exposure to repetition. So whatever the muscle needs to do to kind of prepare itself for these long bouts, I want that adaptation. And then move heavy ass weight. So I'm ready for both type of opponents, high reps and low reps. That's kind of how I'm approaching this. But if you are pushing high repetitions for high RPE, meaning you're going very close to failure, it's going to impact your strength. And I think when it does impact your strength, you can be pretty confident that you are also building strength. But if you are too low on the RPE and you've got way too many reps left in the tank, then you're probably not doing the strength component of those of that movement. So this is why I think the high repetitions for Tom Platz and many other lifters carried over to strength. Milk and Squat program, that's a very, very popular program, which I've read the book twice and it was captivating each time I read it. This is why it carries over. This is why we end up doing 10 reps with our single, our maximum after like 6 weeks or whatever the prescription is. It's freaking heavy work, man, and it's high repetitions, and it's, you know, you gotta have a stomach and you gotta have testicular fortitude to get through that. So anyway, bodyweight squats is not for me. Secretly in my mind, I'm aiming for 100 of those as well. So you can see where I'm headed, man. I want to be able to do 100 push-ups. I want to do 100 squats, and I reckon that's going to be a nice starting point for me to kind of transition back into the barbell. I'll continue to do this, continue doing it. I just don't see any negatives for it. I just don't see it. You know, it's going to add more muscle tissue. I can see on my legs I'm fuller in my arms, fuller in my chest, fuller in my back, all because of all this blood, all this pumping. And I feel great. I can't remember the last time I had pain. Let me repeat that. I don't remember the last time I had pain. This high rep businessman, it's special. It's special and it's needed. And if you're in a rut right now where everything freaking hurts, just listen to my suggestion. This could work for you. Try it. No, it's not a pussy thing to do bodyweight squats. I know a lot of girls go to pump classes and, you know, thrust classes, whatever the hell they're called, in gyms, where they grab no weights essentially and they do, like, you know, air squats and whatever. I know it's not sexy for us fellas, but there's something beneficial there for us. If you have to close the door in your room and do it in the darkness so nobody can see you, you can't even see yourself in the mirror, just bust out a set of 50 and you'll feel the benefits of it. If you're so hard-headed, fine, grab an empty barbell and do that. To me, what I like about the bodyweight squats is, like the push-ups, I can do it in the living room, in the bedroom, in the computer room. I can do it in front of my kids. I can encourage my kids to do it. It's very, very cool. I can do it wherever I want. So whenever you have that freedom associated with a movement, for some reason it attracts me. You know, I don't have to be near a squat rack to train. I love that thing. I love that part of it. Anyway, today was a squat day, but my God, my legs are pumped, and only 140 on the bar today. So makes sense to me that this type of work will get me stronger, because the top set today was affected by whatever I did. So the logic would serve that I'm getting something out of this, not just for hypertrophy, not just for cardio, what a lot of people say, but it's actually affecting my strength levels, which is probably going to in turn carry over to make me stronger. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.